we have the chair and the co-chair. So any questions that you may have pertaining to this, and hopefully we don't have anybody on the fence, and we always know that we're going to have somebody that's going to get registered the day of, and so please let us know if that is a possibility also. Brother Imam? Alhamdulillah. That's great news. Yeah, that's great news. But you have to be coming from the north, correct? That means that if you're coming from a different direction, that won't be available to you, correct? Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I got you. Okay. Gotcha. Very good update there. So, okay, so those are coming in. So the meet and greet, they have an opportunity to get on there. What time does that start approximately for Thursday? Mm-hmm. Alhamdulillah. Yes, that's right. We even though it don't say winter time on the calendar, we're still in the autumn season. We can tell that that generally always happens for the Muslim community. So therefore, all the five daily prayers will already have taken place, since no interruptions. You can actually be there for that. And so now we're looking at Friday, Brother Imam. So what does Friday look at? It look like, the ATBG this year. Mhm. Mm. Mhm. Let me ask this question, and maybe I missed it, and you can correct me if I'm incorrect. But it seemingly has been a tradition right after the Salatu Juma, and it used to be called the Imams meeting, where of course the national convener of Imams, Imam Dr. Bashir Ali, takes advantage of that, where you have imams from across the country, but it's not just limited to imams. To my knowledge, is leaders. And if you're a leader in some capacity in Association Imam W.D. Muhammad, you would meet. Is that a little different this year than from previous years, Imam? Oh, the annual report. Okay, okay, I got you. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, very good. That clears that up. So we'll be getting a report from the national conveners across the country and everything, and I'm thinking it'll be somewhat like a overview and a preview. Overview of what has taken place in this pivotal year for us as a community, 2025, and maybe a preview to what we can look forward to for 2026 then and beyond. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I like that. I like that structure. So, okay. So I know Friday is still, yeah. Mhm. 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 So, alhamdulillah, and I know that we got listeners going to be listening, so I might as well ask this question, and whoever comes to mind that uh, since the last time we've actually talked to you on 2 weeks ago, any confirmations from maybe say some that have agreed to perform in this cultural extravaganza that you can let the audience in on at this time? Oh yeah. Yes. 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 Mhm. 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 Ooh, yeah. Mhm. 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 Yeah. Yes. Mm. Yes. Allahu Akbar. Yes. 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 Mhm. 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 Yes. Yes. Mhm. 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 Yes. 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 Yeah, this is extravaganza, and it seems like each year it's just becomes more amazing that the talent, and we have so much in our community that don't really get the notoriety nationally. So this is an opportunity to be able to witness the rich talent that we have in our community. Of course, Swat Alameen is often referred to as our Queen of Soul, of course, and nationally known. I didn't hear the MC. Is that going to be a mystery? Somebody like Preacher Moss or somebody going to be doing this or what? My good friend Preacher Moss. I don't know. Okay. Yes. 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 Okay. Oh. Oh. Mhm. Mhm. Yes. Alhamdulillah, no, that's great, Marsha. I do like that incorporation and to give them opportunity. Howard University, this will be a first in our community I am knowledgeable of, and I think I'm correct on that. So we see this infusion of our young adults and youth involved in this, and that's what we is that we really want to see, and we want to hear from them. So this is very intriguing, and I'm thinking that the rundown that you gave to us, oh, if we on the fence, we should be getting off the fence, and we should be registering, right? We should be registering and everything. So we're gonna give opportunities just in a little bit in terms of how you can go ahead and register. It can help you to avoid having to stand in a long line with getting registered there. So I'm going to stay with you here, Marcia, because that would be for Friday, highlighted with the cultural extravaganza. And now we at Saturday morning, and I know some different things are going to be happening. So can you update us on what's going to be happening Saturday, and then also, yes, ma'am. good topic. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. 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 So this is, yeah, this is really an addition, addendum to this year's ATTBG. Got to ask you this question, Marsha, if you would, because I know it's on the mind of the listeners and those who will be attending in terms of age group, one age group, two age groups, or what? Where's it start and where's? Mm-hmm. 17. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I had to ask this question, because I know we have some very astute listeners, and uh, would it also be that maybe if a family is coming and they have a youth that they will be bringing along, or that could actually be a participant, or do you have to already have been registered to be a part of this? How you? Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so this would be a good opportunity, the first opportunity to disseminate that website, whereas that they can get all the information detail. No, you're doing an excellent job in terms of doing that, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of getting it registered because you don't want to be doing things at the last minute. It becomes a little haphazard, if you would, and those uh, persons that may be bringing their youth, their children with them, and would like for them to be a participant. So if you would, Marsha, please, by all means, give that website information. Therefore, they can actually register it and get the prices and all what it is that they would like to do for themselves and also their children. Hmm. 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 Alhamdulillah. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Yeah, so this is interesting. This is really interesting. So many additions here. So please continue if you would. You're there on Saturday. Mhm. Ah. Mhm. 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 Oh yes, yes. And this is historic. I was at that first, and even Imam Dr. Bashir Ali uh, allowed me to make a presentation uh, and all at that one. And so this is the second. Boy, 2 years really have flown. So I'll be talking to you and Imam Jaharuddin in terms of actually getting a couple of 2 or 3 students, inshallah, for next week. They had to appear here on the MGM. Did you know that roundtable? I know you're excited. You are part of this cohort group, and your husband is too. 10 members and 7, to my knowledge, were imams, and 3 sisters, and I think one actually received a PhD while being in the class. And I'm continuously hearing it for 4 years. A very strenuous class indeed. So alhamdulillah. So a pre congratulations to you and Imam Mujahideen in terms of class. So I'm thinking that everybody has passed and will be honored that particular day this year, 2025 ATTBG. Uh huh. Yes. And thank you for interjecting that because I did pick up on that, and I'm seeing a new trend that's actually is that I think more the incubator stage that you're doing a fantastic job of infusing that. So you can come to the ATTBG. Of course, the camaraderie is something that can't be underscored, but you can come and be really informed and educated in the things that we actually should be doing as a community. And this is what the teacher and the leader, Imam Wahdi Muhammad, would love to have seen, to look at what started very humbly and a lot of the things that now, or even before now, wasn't doing in the first that was held there in Chicago, Illinois, and how much it has expanded in terms of taking it all across the country, even out of the country there in Bermuda. But more important, just what you just said, Imam Shahiduddin, in terms of expanding this, whereas that it is more substantive. Thank you so much for doing that, for the Imam. So, Marsha, I know we got more, so you can. Uh-huh. Mhm. Oh, okay. Mhm. Yes. Well, let's say this. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me for interrupting you. Let's be a little more specific here because I've been involved with it for years and years and years. How we can get more men, Muslim men, brothers that aren't married. So, so because this goes out near and far, and we wanted to reach the ear of those that should hear in that regard. The ratio is sometimes 8 to 1, 9 to 1, 10 to 1, 11 to 1, 12 to 1. And what I mean by that is about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sisters will show up to one brother. And so, whereas they want to get the information, the education in terms of Islamic courtship and marriage, they also want to see brothers that have the same interests and they want to get married. I have to be very specific about that, and that has been an issue. And there's a campaign that's going on in terms of brothers only, where brothers can feel comfortable and free to actually express, why they think that not as many brothers should be getting married, why there's a hesitation reservation, deliberation, or procrastination on their part. Had to say that in that regard. You mentioned St. Louis. What is it that it was coming from St. Louis? I'm here in St. Louis. I didn't hear that, but I do know that Khalil Akbar, who is from the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, um, you were able to get them in. Uh, they're in Miami, Florida, uh, and everything, and also a presence at this year's IWDM 50th. Um, can you be a little bit more specific? Is that still in the planning, or it's confirmed?
Be with this a time to be grateful, and so we won't have Kalita with us, but she is absolutely on the planning team for making some of this work. But
Okay.
we will not have her this
Okay.
particular weekend. So we're looking to
Mm-hmm.
see what we do. But and so I just wanted to add to what you had just been sharing about this, you know, national call out for more brother participation. And so, you know, as we figure out where those barriers are, we're looking for creative ways to bring everyone together, married and single, to um, make those encounters lighter, if that's going to help.
Yeah, and real quick, there
Yes.
was a session in Atlanta about a week or so ago called it was a roundtable with the brothers hosted by I think called Atlanta Soldiers with Imam
Okay.
Furqan Muhammad of Masjid Al Mu'minun.
Yes.
People are at it. We
Yeah.
are
That's
connected, and that's the beautiful thing about our association. We can get it from different angles.
yeah. I heard that he has been he has been heading this up. We got a little Ishmael. We got a little echo. I don't know where that came from. Okay, I think it stopped. Thank you, Ishmael. So yes, I heard that he has been heading this up, and I think they had the first brothers only last month, and so I'm going to contact him and maybe get him on the round table so that he can give an update for that. But it's a lot of homework that has to and need to be done in regards to that. So he is a longtime resident imam, a good friend of mine, Imam Furqan Muhammad of Al Mu'minun Islamic Center there in the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. So, alhamdulillah. Thank you for that, Brother Imam. And we still got more. Boy, I tell you, we got more there. Saturday, you want to finish that up, and we get to Sunday, and we'll leave a little time for questions that our listeners may have for you.
Absolutely. And so Saturday, we'll end off the night with our annual awards banquet, which we are also sort of describing as a celebration. We're still in that 50th year, and so we wanted to also be very celebratory. And we have approximately 10 awardees. We'll have some additional performances. So we'll hear from another component of that jazz house kids. So this time we'll hear from the Jazz House Ensemble. So that'll be more of a quartet setup, and then we'll hear from a few different members in our community who are performers. Sister Saida Songbird Abdullah, who's out of the Philadelphia area. We'll hear from our sister Salima Ra, who's from New York. And we'll hear again from our brother, inshallah, we'll hear again from our brother Muhammad Abdullah. And so we'll hear a couple of different artists during that banquet, and we have some distinguished members of our community who are being honored during this a time to be grateful. So those are Brother Ronald Shahid, Imam Abdul Kareem Muhammad, Imam Idris Abdul Zahir out of Philadelphia. We have a
Hmm.
local brother at our from our masjid, brother Qasim Ali. Um, we have the custodian board from Masjid Muhammad, who has been really holding the masjid together. And so, they've taken us through COVID and through some other changes at the masjid. And so we wanted to be able to honor them. We have our social services and health wellness committee that does so many things for community service in
Hmm.
the York area. For
Yeah.
interfaith, we have our Reverend Louise Roundtree, who is a powerhouse in Newark, New Jersey. But she does
Yes.
so many things
So
as
there's
it
going to be
relates.
quite a few awardees,
Yes,
and specifically, there's going to be a lot of awardees. And those of
yes,
you who have attended, you're going to see why they're going to be acknowledged for the outstanding work in different categories in all. So
yes,
that would conclude Saturday. And
yes,
Brother Imam, you can also join in with your wife on Sunday because I think that's going to be a very important day. And we will be asking you to please listen. If you be as succinct as you possibly can. I
sure,
didn't know we was this close to the top of the hour because we do want to give entertain a call or two. If
yes.
in fact that listeners would have that, very important because when that ends, we want you to take in the whole of the weekend. If you're going to travel to Newark, why not take it all in? And if you have a major travel arrangement, make it contingent upon when this year's 2025 ATTBG would actually end. So the both of you can work together as a team, as you have, um, in terms of Sunday. You want to start out this time, Brother Imam, and then Marsha, you can finish it up Sunday.
Excellent, excellent. So again, that morning we'll have our Fajr, Halakha, and workout session, and then we'll be kicking off at 9 our business um, breakfast, business brunch and fashion show. Excuse me, business brunch
Hmm.
and fashion show that morning from 9 to 12, as well as we'll also have the business seminar in another location around from 9 to 1. And then we'll close out
Hmm.
with,
So we'll close out with, and just to give, just so we're clear, the business seminar that day is going to be from 12 to 3. So it'll come after the business breakfast for those who are going to be a part of that. It'll come after the fashion show, excuse me, and then we'll end out Sunday with an interfaith talim. So we do have the Newark Interfaith
Hmm.
Alliance who does
You're breaking up a little bit, Marsha. I don't know. You're breaking up. You're not as audible as you have been. I don't know if there's anything we can do about it, but you're breaking up a little bit there. I
is this
know that you
better?
wanted to say that the fashion show for those who regularly attend has been moved. You still will have the fashion show, but it won't be at the Saturday luncheon. The ILTDP graduating class will replace that while you're enjoying your lunch on Saturday. But the fashion show, for those of you who love the fashion show, it is an outstanding display. Mostly Muslim women wear, but
Right.
the last few years they've had some good men modeling clothes for men. Yes, go ahead, Marsha.
So hopefully you hear me better, but
Oh
we'll end
yes,
out.
yes, you're so much
Okay,
better, so
good,
much better. Yes,
good.
yes, ma'am.
We will end out Sunday with an interfaith talim. We do have the North Interfaith Alliance who works together, to do so many things in this area, and so we're hoping to hear from them during that interfaith talim, and that will close out a time to be grateful 2025.
Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, I heard you say that'd be something like 12 to 3. So say 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah,
That will
so
end.
that's so what I was mentioning then is the second half of that business seminar will be from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it'll follow the fashion show for those who are interested in being a part of that second day of the business seminar that's being hosted by our sponsors.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so at this time, if you have a question or comment, go ask those that may have. If you do have, they were so thorough. I don't know if there's anything that was actually missed. Very, very thorough. We asked you to be very succinct, and that they be very succinct, because I do want to give each one a last word, and also I want them to give the website, how you can get all the information, any questions that you may not be able to get in. All the information is on the website, so that you can go ahead and pre-register, and your folder and all will be there with your name on it, and all you have to do is just pick it up. All right, Ishmael, do we have? You can star to get in star, and Ishmael engineer will see that you star, and that would be an indication that you have a question or comment. Please keep it very, very brief, and I'm going to ask them to answer very succinctly. Ishmael, any stars at this point?
Yes, sir. Star to unmute your mic. No, sir. No unmuted mics at this time.
Okay. All right, Ishmael, you have a question or anything thing you'd like to say? No?
Oh, no, just they were very thorough. I really appreciate the information. I look forward to the going to the conference. We do have one open mic out of Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. That's a very famous voice. Who are you? Where you calling from?
It was Tyler from Houston, Texas.
Yes, Imam Tyler.
What is the mailing address for Masjid Muhammad Noor?
Okay, that's a good question. Somebody might want to send a donation in, Marsha, Imam Jihad. And so he'd like to know what's the mailing address where they could maybe send a donation for support.
Yes, 253-255 South Orange Avenue, Newark, New Jersey, 07103. That's 253. Yes, sir.
Say that one more time, a little slower, so we can jot that down, if you would, please.
253-255 South Orange Avenue, Newark, New Jersey, 07103.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And, we kind of overlooked that, but I know they take donations and sponsorships regards to that, because all of these entities, you need money, and this is the biggest fundraiser for the Muslim Journal. We don't want to forget that. So if we can't be there, but we have a little extra money, send it. It could be utilized, in a good way for the Muslim Journals. Thank you so much, Imam Tyler, for asking that question. There might be others that won't be able to make it, but they would like to be a sponsor, and they can send the money. They can mail it in there. That's one way. And I'm going to give them opportunity in a minute here on their website, where they can actually send money if they choose to do so. All right, Ishmael, any others that have star?
No, sir, not at this time.
Okay. All right. So this is an excellent time, because we're right at the top of the hour, and I have another guest in the second hour here. I'm going to give both of you opportunity, Imam Jihadin, in terms of your last word, which be 1 minute, a minute and a half or so, and then Marsha, and then you can have your last word, and then please, one of you, if you would, please give the information on the website, how they can get registered, be registered, and all they have to do is pick up their folder with all the information in the folder when they get there. Imam?
Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah. So again, we're honored to be here on B.I.S.M.I-WDM, as well as on the MGM Roundtable. And we're also honored to be the host for the 21st Annual Muslim Journal Time to Be Grateful. And we just know that when we come together, whether in our local areas, our regional, even our national conferences and convenings. As Imam Muhammad shared, I always reflect these gatherings are Muslim model, Muslim community prototypes, right? And so while we just have these 3 to 4 days with each other, it's really an example of motivation, guidance, insights for how we want our community to be every day. And so that's why we encourage people who can make it to come out or send a representative, as was mentioned last time, to get a feel of what it would be like to be together in a community setting daily. And so we just request your presence. Yes, it is an honorable, it is a annual fundraiser for the Muslim Journal. It allows us to finish up anything for the year and start the new year strong. And so no matter what you give, it definitely helps towards that. And we have some future things that we're working on. We didn't mention it, but there's going to be an announcement during A Time to Be Grateful throughout the weekend, especially for our young people. We have a new addition to the Muslim Journal that's going to be announced. So I won't do it here. I'll let you, those who will be there, you'll get an opportunity to hear it for yourself. We also have the $1 Million campaign as well that's going on. We just had our first telethon as well. And so it's a donation, but it's also an investment to the present and to the future.
Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah, very well said. Thank you so much, Imam Shahid, and the work that you're doing as the vice president of the board of directors for the Muslim Journal. So thank you so much. And
Yes,
Marsha, you have your last word, minute and a half. And please, if you would, your website.
Absolutely. And so I'm just encouraging also everyone to come out if you're able to. Muslim Journal is our media, it's our voice, it's how we get news out there in the public space and to each other and to the world. And so we need to continue to support the efforts of the journal as it moves into the future. And so we're hoping to see you there. We're looking to do some things that allow us to talk to each other a little bit more, right? So we come to these events and they're generally celebratory, right? And that coming together is an unmatched feeling, an unmatched spirit that is in that space when we do that. But we do want to take more opportunities to talk to each other and to resolve or develop or troubleshoot some things as we are coming together, so that that time is spent in the fullest and more effective way. And so I'm hoping to see you there. To get tickets, visit www.masjidmuhammadnewark.org. Again, that's www.masjidmuhammadnewark.org. We hope to see you there.
Alhamdulillah, thank you so much. You've been so very detailed, and hopefully everybody got the opportunity to take down the website. You can assess that for any other questions that you may have. The idea is to get off the fence and be proactive. Don't wait for somebody to tell you about it. If you can be there to support the Muslim Journal, the biggest fundraiser. I want to thank you, Imam Shahid, and also you, Marsha Nivens, Muhammad. Outstanding job that you're doing. Husband and wife team. How about that? Working together. It's not only soulmates, but they're helpmates and workmates. And that's what it really is all about. If you had the time, perhaps you could fill that void at the ATTBG in that regard, because that's actually what it's all about. Thank you so much. You know that you have an open invitation here on B.I.S.M.I-WDM, particularly here on the MGM, the Muslim Global Message. Did you know that roundtable? And we'll be looking to have an overview. That's usually what I like to do, is a tradition for those for whatever reason couldn't make it. Thank you so much. I will be getting in touch with you, Brother Imam, a couple questions I need to to ask you and everything.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so we want to extend the greetings of peace to both of you. Salatu Juma Day. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
And there you have it in the first hour. Two very distinguished guests, Imam Jihauddin Muhammad and his wife, Marsha Nivens Muhammad, the chair and the co-chair for this year's 2025 ATTBG, Time to Be Grateful. And I am so grateful to have them, but I am so very grateful.
Now, in concluding this, when the slave traders and the black traders of Africa, traitors, different, traitors, when the slave traders and the traitors of Africa called themselves Muslims, were fighting each other and carrying on and weakening their people over there so that the white traders come in there and get us, take us on slave ships and bring us here. Now, all right? Yeah. So now, when all that happened, what you think was happening to our human soul? Let me tell you, God has given me an eye to see into the very abstract form of the human being by my study of the Quran. Yes. Now, I'm going to tell you what was happening. I know, as if I was there. The soul of those victims had given up on this world. They knew they were going to their death. They knew they were going to circumstances that were going to finish them off. They would never have their lives again. They knew that. But in their soul, they were saying, our children will one day be free again, and they will serve God. We have failed, but our children will one day serve God. And now their prayer that they prayed in the deep recesses of their soul has come true. And not only of the descendants of the black people of Africa, from Islam, coming to Islam, taking up the divine cause, but those who never were Muslims, their children from Christianity, their children from Judaism, their children from paganism, are embracing Islam in America. And we are going to build new Africa. New Africa, right here in the United States. Allahu Akbar. And the soul of those suffering victims, they're rejoicing because of us here today.